Hi there, it's Celeste, and I'm a creative writing coach. And I want to talk to you guys today about something that I get asked a lot about, and that's writing rituals. So, if you're wondering what is a writing ritual, if you're wondering if I like and recommend them, the answer is yes and no. And if you're wondering when are they good for you as a writer and when are they bad for you, then this video may help you out. Okay, so what is a writing ritual? Um, to me, a writing ritual is a series of actions or habits, could also be habits, that you perform usually just before writing. Some people would call this a pre-writing ritual, what I'm referring to as a writing ritual. So you would do these steps or these things before you write. And a ritual, the purpose is really to help you create sacred writing space, both internally and externally, either way. So a writing ritual, they tend to be very, very individual, just like any other rituals. There's no set way that you have to do one. There are no real rules around it. That said, there are rituals that are sort of doing their job and rituals that aren't doing their job. And so that's what I want to help you with today. So to that question, do I like them? The yes and no question. So yes, number one, I do use writing rituals for myself. My writing ritual is very, very, very simple. I don't want it to get very complicated, and I'm going to tell you in a reason why not. But a writing ritual can be as simple as when I come into my office, I clear my desk and so that I can make space for writing. So if I had any projects out from something else that I was working on, I would put those things away. I wouldn't just, take them off my desk. I would actually put them away. If I have any books out, I'll clean the books up. And generally speaking, I keep my office fairly picked up on a regular basis. So that's why this works for me. So I like to clear my outer space, and then I'll do a little smudge because I do practice magic and ritual in general. And then I will usually light a candle if I have one on my desk, and I usually do. And then when I'm done with that, I will grab, I have this perfume that I use. This is a mixture of a few different perfumes that I purchased for this purpose. And the smell, because I'm very, smells are very sensitive for me, and sometimes in a bad way and sometimes in a good way. This smells really, really good. But scent has the capability of transporting me to a moment in time. And if you're familiar with like the smell of like apple pie reminding you of home, or your favorite aunt's house or something like that, then you're familiar with how sound can not sound sound can also, but how smell can transport you to another area, in another place in your mind, in your memory. So that is why I use a scent. So there can be many different things that you might do for your writing ritual. It doesn't have to be anything like mine. It would just be a set of steps that you do that help you drop into your own personal sacred writing space. And I did talk about sacred inner writing space in my last video. And I will at some point talk about sacred writing space outer, like how to make your writing, your actual physical writing space more conducive to flow. I'm not sure when I'll do that, but I will do it at some point. So when do I not like writing rituals? Because the truth is that I would not recommend this for everybody. There are people that I don't think that this is necessarily going to be for. So who is it not for? It is not for anybody that would use a ritual to procrastinate or as perfectionism. Like I can't do that. So if you would use it as an excuse to not write after you do it, then it's not a writing ritual, it's a procrastination. Okay. So that's the big difference, is that a writing ritual is not procrastination. A writing ritual is a series of actions that become basically a habit for you that help you create an association with writing and with that sacred writing space where flow is happening, when you're feeling really into it. If you're using a ritual as an excuse to not write, or if your ritual is so complicated that you can't take it with you, or that you can't do it in a reasonable amount of time. So like if you've got 15 minutes to write and your ritual takes 10 minutes, then you're going to be like, not going to write today. I can't write today. I can't do my ritual. That is the exact opposite of what a ritual is supposed to do for you. So if a ritual prevents you from writing, either because it's too complicated or too long, or just because it doesn't fit for you, it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. There is no need to do it. The only reason, in my opinion, to do something like this, to have a writing ritual that you follow, is because it actually helps you. If it doesn't help you, don't do it, okay? I want you to be productive. I don't want you to feel beholden to a series of habits and rituals. That is not what it is about. For people that this works for, the series of actions is experienced either as calming or like a doorway to that sacred writing space. Okay, so how do you know if your writing ritual is working? Okay, a writing ritual, it's like any habit, it's going to take some time to form that association in your mind. So if you're brand new at this, don't expect to do it 3 times and then have that association happen. It's something that you have to build over a period of time. So like when you're creating a habit to exercise more or something like that, you're going to show up, right? You want to show up regularly with exercise. A lot of people find that the habit forms quicker if they do it every single day, and that may be the case for you. So every time you write, you want to do this, and eventually what will happen is that you will create that association. But it doesn't happen. There's nothing instantaneous about it. If you smelled this oil, it would mean nothing to you until you made it mean something. So basically, don't go adopting other people's writing rituals and thinking, well, it works for her, so it's going to work for me. That's not necessarily the case. You want to create something that's meaningful to you, something that you feel comfortable with, that you feel good about. And that could be just as simple, a very simple writing ritual. The most simple one that I can think of would be cleaning off your writing space, or getting yourself a cup of tea and sitting down with your laptop. Maybe you don't even have a desk that you write at. Maybe you write in a specific chair in your living room. Maybe that's your chair and you always feel comfortable and are able to write there. So you get yourself a cup of tea or your favorite beverage and you go sit down in that spot. That is a ritual. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't write anywhere else because you don't have the chair or you don't have the tea. But it does mean that you've created an association with that chair and that tea with writing. And for a lot of people, that is how it works for them. For me, I would never be the kind of person that could write in a coffee shop. Like, it's too much distraction going on, all those people around. I would want to people watch. I would have a very hard time turning off my ears and keeping my eyes on my page. I'm the type that if I were in a coffee shop and had to write, I would want to put earphones in and play some music that did not require me to think. So it wouldn't be music with words. It would be maybe some instrumentals or something like that reminded me, either reminded me of nothing because I want to kind of lose my association with the outer world, or something that reminds me of the story that I'm trying to write, which is why a lot of writers create playlists. So if you have a playlist that you like to play while you're writing, congratulations, you have a writing ritual. So I mentioned briefly, who do they not work for? When do you know that it's not working? When you are using it as an excuse, you need to be really, really honest with yourself that you're procrastinating or being a perfectionist, or whatever it is that you're doing with this. If you find yourself using a writing ritual as an excuse, I would just recommend getting rid of that ritual. Or the other option is to do the inner work to deal with your self-sabotage. But what you don't want to do is create a gateway that you have to go through to write. You don't want to create any more barriers to writing. What you're trying to do is create an association that helps ease the transition into writing. If it doesn't ease the transition, it's not a good writing ritual for you. So I hope that helps. I'm just going to leave it at that. If you have any questions about writing rituals, or if you want to tell me about your writing ritual, I would love it if you left me a comment. And if you have any questions that I can maybe answer with another video, feel free to ask. And if you're interested, I do have a blog at arachneproject.com. I also do one-on-one coaching. I still have some availability for this summer. And I will be working on, I'm working on a course right now on self-sabotage. So hopefully that will be ready for you guys by the fall. At any rate, I hope you're subscribed, and I hope to see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.